Hello and welcome to this late afternoon, early evening taste challenge. I have Douhans Irish blended Irish whiskey, triple distilled, typical Irish whiskey, triple distilled, 40% alcohol, produced in Ireland. I bought this at Walmart and it was $19.99. And there it says product of Ireland. I have another Irish whiskey with that exact same cap design, so it's probably made by the same contractor. This was imported by Rebel Spirits of, I think, Glendale, California. No, Gardena, California. Gardena. Beautifully light, delicate, triple distilled, matured in oak casks. Of course, all Irish whiskeys are matured in oak casks. Pleasant, approachable characteristics. All right, so then about 2 weeks after, maybe it was a week after, really. I think it was 2 weeks. About 2 weeks after I bought this, they dropped the price to $9 because they were getting rid of it. So I paid $10 more than I needed to, but I didn't know they were going to discontinue it. So it came in a nice box, but I think the company went out of business. The importer, Rebel Spirits, got bought out, and then the people that bought them out went out of business. So it was really strange. Okay, now same or not the same, very similar bottle design, but no, not the same. This is Ides Stills. Why they use that name, I do not know. I don't know where Douhans comes from. Ides Stills blend number 3. Okay. Product of Ireland. There's an angel wearing a like Irish looking outfit, whatever that's called, a sash, and reading a book. Probably a whiskey making book. Fine blend. Wooler Brands, Ventura, California, 80 proof, bottled for Alexander Murray and Company, USA. Okay, show you a screen share on this one. Tom says, cheers, got the pregame going. Right. So, but not too much. Now, there is no web any longer for Douhans. Like I say, you used to have a listing for it on the internet, but it's gone. I mean, the company. Okay, so at a glance, Ireland, light oak grain, 40%. It says age up to 5 years. 3 times distilled. That's typical Irish whiskey, 3 times distilled. Usually it's a combination of single malt, grain whiskey, and copper pot still whiskey. You can purchase Ides Stills at Total Wine and More. So this is made specifically for, and it's handled by, and there's the big bottle you can buy. Green, these both have green bottles, which is good. It protects it from the light better than clear. The Alexander Murray and Company Group. Alexander Murray, founded in 2004, and they are whiskey merchants. They handle Scotch and Irish whiskey brands. They don't produce any Scotch or Irish whiskey. They only buy it, have it made, and sell it. Okay, just like Just Irene and Brooks. You probably had J&B Scotch, or you've at least heard of J&B Scotch, but there is no J&B distillery. J&B is a brand created about 90 years ago. Wings and Pizza says makes you wonder if they were bought and put out of business on purpose. I doubt that. I just think maybe those companies were kind of shaky going along, but you never know. I had the worst luck. The next 2 beers I reviewed were out of date beers. I need to check the dates on beers. Definitely check the dates. I'm guilty of not doing that myself sometimes because you just forget, but you got to, because you can't trust these stores. You can't trust the distillery, and you can't, the brewery. Well, it's not the brewery's fault. You can't trust the distributor or the store. The brewery sells it. What they do with it after they sell it, they can't control it. I think these two Irish whiskeys will be very similar. The price is about the same. I think Ides Stills was $17.99 at Total Wine and More. It's the only place you can buy it, exclusive brand there. And the Douhans, I believe, was 19. I knew it was $19.99. I remember buying it and paying that. There are some video reviews for this, but they're like older videos. You know, they're not current. And there's a reason they're not current. Okay. Don't regret buying it. But no, there's no Douhans distillery. There's no Douhans nothing. It's just a brand that somebody got made. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we want to sell this because you come up with a good blend for us, and we'll taste some samples, and we'll pick one, and you could bottle it for us. And they say, okay. Okay, so this is bottled in Ireland. And this one is produced in Ireland, distilled and matured in Ireland. Notice it does not say bottled in Ireland. So they could have bottled it in the USA. But that doesn't matter. A lot of these imports are bottled over here. It makes it cheaper. Instead of shipping about you, said Burley Sullivan. And cheers to you, Burley. Hector says, what Lagunitas are you bringing for the examination? And he said it again. I'll just delete one of your comments because you don't need it twice. I'm bringing the IPA because it's so easy to find. Plus, I love it. You can see the Douhans is a lot lighter. So the Douhans is just so pale. So I don't think they're adding any color into that. Do you? I don't think so. Look how pale that is. That's what Irish whiskey looks like after 3 years in a used barrel, probably from the United States, with no coloring in it. This is what one looks like after up to 5 years. Maybe they're tweaking it a little bit with some caramel color. Can't say for sure. Yeah, it's light. Those are usually the really good tasting ones too. The ones that are light. Hold on, let me go turn on it. Go put the air conditioner a little cooler. Don't look at my bad scar on my leg where I got cut. Actually, it's not a scar yet. It's still healing. It's only been cut for 2 days. I got to wait 8 more days to get the stitches out. Oh, it looks like hell. Like hell. Never want to go through that again. And it's weird because were those the NBC chimes or the glasses clinging before the taste test tool? It was the. I didn't do the taste. I didn't do that, did I? Yeah, I did it. Might have been the NBC chime. All right. Let me mix them up, and I can't look because one is so much darker. If I glance, I'm going to know what it is. It was weird that I got cut like that, had to get all those stitches because I had a premonition of it. Sometimes I have premonitions, no joke. And I had a vision of it. Like, I don't think I dreamed about it because I can usually remember a dream. I had a vision while I was awake. I had a vision of that leg getting hurt. That, not the right, the left leg. Right where it got hurt too, right where it got hit. I had a vision of that happening. And what did I do? Nothing. Didn't take any precautions. It was like I was being sent a message. But you know. I had a dream about 9/11. New York City. I had a dream about that in July, I believe. Pretty sure it was July 2001. I thought, wow, that was a bad nightmare, man. And I was inside the building. Like when I dreamed it, I was in one of the twin towers. That's the first one I got hit. And I remember being in there, and I could remember I could tell you what the carpet looked like. I could tell you what the rooms looked like. I could tell you what it looked like outside. I could tell you where I parked that Mustang. I was driving my '93 Mustang, but I didn't have it at that time. I didn't even have it anymore. But I believe in the dream I was driving that. I don't know why. I could tell you where I parked. Although I don't think you'd ever get a parking spot right there. Not it'd be too busy. You could never find a empty spot. But I didn't think much of it when I had the dream because it didn't happen yet. But then after it happened, I remember a week later or so, I said, "Oh, I dreamed about it," and I could feel the impact in the dream. Couldn't figure it out till after. It smells like sweet grains, but not overly sweet. Any oak or honey? Yes, a little oak and a little honey. This one is a little more going on, like a little stronger aroma. So that must be the Ides Stills, because I think that darker color is indicating to me the more intense aroma. But I don't know that. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. Sweet, honey, cereal grains. There's your answer. Sweet, honey is sweet, right? So honey and cereal grains. Mild cereal grains. Oh, yes, that is one for me. You too. Let's go over here. Uh, it's sweet, but I don't know about the honey. It's more like brown bread crust. You say, oh, not this again. All you ever talk about is brown bread crust. I'll tell you why that's true. Think for a minute what bread is made out of, and think for a minute what beer is made from and what whiskey is made from. Do you find that so hard to believe that they would commonly smell and taste like brown bread crust? I don't think that is so unusual. Now, if I kept saying peppermint, that would be weird because they don't taste like peppermint. They don't smell like peppermint. They're not made with products that would create peppermint or a plant that would make peppermint. So that would not make sense. Um, Now, are these close? Yes. Light to medium body, mostly dry finish, easy drinking. Oh, what are you talking about? Any bad bite? No, none whatsoever. Mm-mm. Now you might say, "Oh, I love a mild whiskey. Mild, easy going, no bite, like honey or bread crust. Just so smooth." Now, some people hate Irish whiskey. They say it's so mild, it's so smooth, it's for the weak. People are crazy. You know how people are crazy like that. All right, let's go with the termination. But I'm not kidding you. If you think they got crazy people doing beer, wine, and liquor reviews, and they got some, you ought to look at the soft drink reviews. Go look at the soda pop reviews. Whoa, you got some real different type of people doing those. Wow. I said, man, what is the attraction to this kind of crowd? I mean, it is bizarre. All right. I'm going to say this is the Douhans because it's just light. Oh, so very light. No, it's the Ide Stills. Shows you what I know. Now I'm 0-1. Here I go on the taste challenge. 0 wins, 1 loss. Well, how do you feel? Well, I'll tell you what, I feel worse than that. I'm on my phone, so don't know why it repeated my message twice. Oh yeah, those phones are really a pain in the you know what. I read an article today on Yahoo, but they always source their articles. They usually don't. Or way Yahoo Sports does. But usually it just be sourcing articles from somebody else. But there was an article, I don't remember the source, about how flip phones are becoming more and more popular now. You say flip phones, yeah, from like 20 years ago, the sales are going up, 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 and people are getting away, away, away from the smartphones. They said people were having like nervous breakdowns, with these smartphones. They're like, it's making me ruin my life, man. All I do is look at my phone all damn day. They'll go to a concert, be looking at the phone. Go to a baseball game, they don't watch the game, just be looking at the phone. Go on a date, looking at it. Says it's insanity. And one guy, he was talking about how he owned some company, and he talked about how he gave up his smartphone 4 years ago. He said he was so happy now because he was like sick with that, neglecting his family, neglecting his friends, neglecting his world because he was in this cyber world of insanity. And I was like, oh yes, I can see people coming around to escaping from this psychological prison. But anyway, what do you need stitches for? I had a premonition. Oh, I cut my leg. I didn't show you. Oh, it got chopped like an axe. What do you? I got a premonition of a rock hitting my windshield on the highway. 3 minutes later, I had a rock hit my windshield. Very strange, says Joe Hill. Oh yeah, that's really good. Like Roman meal brown or like pumpernickel crust, or more like the Roman meal. I'm have to say. Soda pop, like what do they say? I'm getting a hint of artificial flavor in corn syrup. Laughing out loud. Well, I've only done the real sugar soda pop, soft drinks. In Louisiana, we call them soft drinks. Nobody says soda pop. Nobody says soda. Unless they're from out of state and they moved here to work at one of these refineries. But but no, I mean it's just very strange people doing the reviews. I mean, some are normal, like just I'm tasting the sugar, I'm tasting the black cherry flavor and so forth. But some, it's just like whoa. They make people working at the carnival and the festivals, running those rides look like straight up normal. Had seen they making phones that can fold again, laughing out loud. Yeah. Well, I'll just tell you what the article I read, and I could see people getting away from that prison. I call it the sickness. I say, oh, the sickness again, the sickness. I'm sorry I got it wrong, but it's been so long since I had Douhans. I remember I liked it, and I do like it, but I couldn't remember if it was honey or bread crust or whatever grain thing. But it's got a bready thing. Do I like brown bread crust? Yeah. Do I like white bread crust? Oh yeah, I do. I just like crust. I don't like pizza crust. I don't like bread crust. Um, when I was a little kid, I didn't want to eat the pizza crust. But you're a child, you don't have the developed flavor, develop tasting ability, what they call that. Have seen they making phone. Oh yeah, already read that. All right, so mm, I got it wrong, but I tell you what, I think this is going to be a tough taste challenge. Series. Does the Ides Stills taste good? Yes. Would I buy it again? Theoretically, yes. I mean, in reality, I'm not going to because I'm trying to do the long march through all the brands, which I'll never get through. But I recommend it. I definitely would recommend it for $17.99. What are you talking about? Definitely, definitely. And I love that honey flavor. Oh my goodness. Would I recommend this? I would recommend it, but you can't find it because it's discontinued. But I see a lot of online stores still got it. and they have like actual locations. I mean, you can order online, but if you look at their website, you could actually go to the location in Illinois and just buy it there. If you happen to live close to it, stuff like that. So, would I search it out? I wouldn't go searching it out. But if you see it for $19.99 or less, hey, go for it. Anything above $20, I would probably not get it. It's not that great. But Ide Stills, am I going to be able to tell it apart from Patty or Tullamore DEW or Jameson or all of those Irish whiskeys? I got to make sure I don't have some in the other room. I mean, they're all so similar. I don't know. It's going to be tough. They're very similar. You start doing blind taste tests with Irish whiskey, you be glad to finish 50-50. Get it 50% right, 50% wrong. That's not doing too bad. Now, some people talk about, oh, I know my Irish whiskey. I know. Oh, really? You're talking, but let's see you do it. Don't talk about it. Get on the internet, do a live video like I'm doing, mix them up. Let's see how good you really are. Now, you say, oh, they might do 80%. They might. I doubt it. I seriously doubt that. Like I say, if they get 50-50, they'll be in pretty good shape. That's probably the best you're going to do. Needs to be a local broadcaster here on the radio. And he said he died 19 years ago. But he said one time, oh, man, anybody could pick the NFL 80% straight up. I said, is he crazy? I said, he's crazy. Now, he usually said the right thing. He was pretty smart. But I said, there is nobody in the world is going to pick the NFL week to week 80% straight up. There is no way. There is no way. Unless they're cheating. I said, oh, no, I'm not talking about picking, point spread. I say straight up. Just say, I think Dallas is going to be San Francisco. And you go through each game, the whole season. Ain't no way you're going to pick 80%. That's not possible. I mean, it's possible, but it's not likely. Have you tried to review Proper 12? No, but I bought a bottle and it's coming up next time around. Next time we get back to Irish whiskey, it's going to be proper. It's going to be a proper situation. Did you ever get to try Cascade Brewery beers? No. They went out of business. They were from Portland, Oregon. Nah. You know how these things work. All right, well, I got to get off of this. I got to go get going because in about 2 minutes, we starting up Lagunitas. So y'all get ready now.